I just thought I'd do a quick video about the latest goings on at Newcastle United. Obviously, transfer window closed yesterday at the end of January, and Newcastle ended that transfer window with 5 brand new signings at the club. Obviously, we had Kieran Trippier, who was first through the door at the start of January, and then Chris Wood, who followed a couple of weeks later. And then we had the arrival of the big signing of the window, the marquee signing, if you want to call it that, the one that the owners were clearly after, something, a name who could excite fans, excite the clubs, set it alight basically, and that is Bruno Guimarães. I don't quite know if that's how you pronounce his surname, so from now on in the video I'm just going to say Bruno until I know how to pronounce his name correctly. So, and then obviously we rounded the transfer window off with the signings of Targett and Dan Burn over the last few hours of the transfer window, which saw obviously those two defenders come in, one left back, one centre back. And yeah, so overall, my feelings on it all really are that I'm really, really happy. I can't complain. We've had 14 years of Mike Ashley, and we've had 14 years of rubbish transfer windows and stressing, and are we even going to get anyone in, and is it going to be one in, one out, and all that kind of stuff. And this transfer window is obviously very, very different. I wrote recently in my newsletter that I'm not a fan of the transfer window, so and I'm still not. Like, even though we had a good transfer window in my opinion, I'm still not a fan of the transfer window. It isn't the transfer window that makes me excited. It's the players that we've signed that make me excited. If you want to find out my views on why I don't like the transfer window, go and check the link below in the description for my weekly newsletter. It's completely free. You just sign up via email and it's released every Friday. Anyway, getting back to what we do know is the players that came in. So the only fly in the ointment, in my opinion, is I'm still slightly concerned that we haven't got enough up front. And I'm not complaining because the transfer window's been amazing. We spent best part of 100 million quid. We bought 5 decent players, very good players. In Bruno, potentially a world-class player. I don't know that much about him. I know a little bit about him, but he's certainly going to improve our midfield. And viewers of this channel will know, in my opinion, getting someone in central midfield was, for me, the most important position to fill, because I feel that that's where we're losing a lot of games. And people will say, well, it's the defence, it's the defence. It is the defence, but the reason the defence is so exposed is because our central midfield is not good enough. And bringing Bruno in, we hope, nothing's guaranteed, of course, in football, but we hope that we've got a player who can suddenly, be a bit more defensive and more solid, break up the play, but also have that ability to set us off in attack in a more fluid and quick way. So that's very exciting. Like I said, the only possible reason for concern is the possible lack of strikers now. I mean, Chris Wood's come in, he's done all right. He's only played 2 games, to be fair. Hasn't scored yet. I'm glad he's in the squad. I'm glad we've got a backup to Callum Wilson, but I think Wood is just a backup to Callum Wilson. The problem we've got is Callum Wilson is out until end of February, so we've got a few games where we still don't have Callum Wilson. I think when Callum Wilson comes back, I'll be much more confident. But the problem we have as a club is we are fighting relegation and the matches are coming thick and fast, and we have to get wins. We have to start winning games. Obviously, our next match is against Everton next week. I'll do a preview of that game in a separate video. But basically, we have to kind of win as many games as possible now. We have to claw our way out of the bottom 3 and get ourselves to survival. We've got 2 home games next week, which could be massive for us, but neither of them are easy games. And we're going to play both of those without Callum Wilson. We're not going to have Callum Wilson for the West Ham game away on the 19th of February, and possibly not even for the Brentford away match either at the end of February. So it could be March before we see Callum Wilson. That's 4 games that we might not have him. Do we have enough going forward still? That is my worry. So although the transfer window was very good, I don't think you should criticise people who question whether we've done enough to get another forward. Obviously, we were heavily linked with Jesse Lingard, and who would have been a superb signing, in my opinion, and possibly could have been the player to make that difference. I still think we're obviously in a much better position than we were, even a week ago, or after the Leeds game. And I think we just have to hope that, people like Saint-Maximin, Bruno who's come in, even players like Almiron maybe if he gets a bit of game time. We need those players to step up. Chris Wood obviously needs to get off the mark. If he can do that, if we can just get some goals in the meantime until Wilson's back, I think we'll be fine. I think if we can pick up some points in these next 4 matches, those 2 home games, Everton and Villa, we really need. 2 wins would obviously be ideal. 4 points would not be a disaster, but to pull Everton back into it would be huge as well. If we beat them, I think we're only 1 point behind them if we beat them. Yeah, overall, very, very pleased. I think getting, we've basically bought 3/4 of a defence this transfer window. So we've bought a left back, a right back, and a central defender. So yes, the defence has been an issue. I'm not going to deny it hasn't. It's great that it's been strengthened, and now we've just got to hope that the midfield in the centre with Bruno in there is gonna be a lot better as well, because I think that is the key. For me, that's the key. If he comes in and is as good as we hope and expect him to be, I think we've got a really good chance of staying up. But nothing is certain, and we are in a mess still. So it's good that we've had these signings. It's good that we've got this commitment from the owners to stay in the Premier League. And at the end of the day, if we finish 17th, that's enough. That's enough. We don't need any more than that. And so we just need to hope that we can do that. We just need to hope we can finish above 3 teams and no more. We don't need to finish 15th or 14th. We'd all like to do that, clearly, because it would make life a lot easier and more comfortable. But if we finish 17th, the job will be done and we'll be happy with that. So yeah, they're my thoughts. I'd love to know what you think of the signings. Are you happy? Do you agree with me that we probably could do with more attacking force up front, or do you think we'll be all right with what we have in the squad at the moment? Let me know in the comments below, and thank you for watching this video. I'll see you really soon for another video.